Welcome, Cancer, to your love reading for February of 2019. So as we look into your reading, we do have the person that you're dealing with. That person may be off and working, whether they're away working or they're working with you, but I feel like dedication and hard work is there with the Eight of Pentacles. Either a new job, money coming in. Now they could be paying you back in some way or trying to work on ways to do that. So I feel like I'm taking some time to be independent. All right, your energy, though, I feel like this is fighting for a relationship to work, fighting for a marriage to work, staying in a marriage, but often being very competitive with your love interest or current partner. Maybe some issues with other people, your family, very competitive, or just a lot of disagreements around the home environment. So some issues when it comes to your beliefs, spiritual beliefs, and just trying to make things work, I feel. That's what it seems like to me. So you might be coming through competitive and trying to compete with another person. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but making sure that you aren't really sacrificing your well-being and your own happiness so that you can get somebody to come into your life when they're not really trying to come in naturally or work towards you, without you being somebody that's fighting for them along with someone else who's fighting for them as well. You see what I mean? Be careful about that. That's a red flag that's coming through there. And it's a marriage or relationship that seems to be a bit broken, either financially or just being able to work things out. We have the Queen of Pentacles, person that you're dealing with. Some of you are around this person. Now, it could be an earth sign, and we have a water sign showing up. Whoever you're around, it seems like they aren't really communicating well or opening up or expressing the love, or just both of you might not be on speaking terms, all right, financially or emotionally. Two women showing up, so same-sex marriage, male or female, it just depends there. But even issues with a motherly figure, someone that just doesn't agree with the connection, that might be an issue, and that's why they don't speak about it or bring up the topics. I feel maybe that person, someone either on your side or their side, might feel like the marriage or the connection is just not really good for you. That might be the case. So as we approach the second week of February, we look into, I feel there's a sense of you having fun, though. Now you might want to party with your partner, you might want to hang out, there might be invitations, or really giving into the Valentine's Day spirit with the Knight of Cups showing up. So other people being around you, you approaching, it seems like you might be approaching a love interest or romantic partner. But again, there's these arguments and disputes. I feel if some of you go out and do your own thing independently, that person might be stressed out because they either see you with someone else, or they feel like you're disconnecting from them in some way. So holding on to stress, holding on to a marriage, when for some of you, you're dealing with this, where the person that you're dealing with, they're in a marriage and they let you know that that's happening and they want to make some changes. And when you feel like you're about to leave and you're tired of waiting for that person to release that ex or move away from a marriage, that person is still holding on to it, and then they kind of let you know, I told you I'm trying to do the best I can, I told you I'm trying to make changes, and you still don't trust me or believe me or whatever. They might be doing that, and then you respond by communicating and tell them that you just don't feel like dealing with it anymore. You've been waiting, you've been trying to make changes, but it's just not working out. Some of you are just letting go of a certain connection and just wanting to start over because you feel like it's just too much. You just don't feel like putting that energy into it anymore. So the Fool showing up with the Ace of Swords is making the decision to say, this is too much for me. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm just a bit drained by trying to make things work, or feeling like I'm not appreciated enough. So you want to let go. So you got Aries showing up there with the air sign as well. And then it seems like you're around another person that is just, they're there, they might be there, but are they really there for you? Keep that in mind. All right, the Lovers and then a Nine of Pentacles is showing up as that person making a decision to, it's almost like they have to, because you tell them to, or they just go with the flow and kind of be single, and it's like a choice that they may need to make by doing what they need to do for themselves. And it could be like a move or a separation for some. It just depends there. But I feel as that person is taking some time for themselves and maybe being single, you don't trust them, and that's why you're resting and trying to get your mind together of what you need to do with this person. I feel like there's some things that might be off. To me, what it seems like is that person is, again, money is showing up, so they may be working, they may be. To me, this is what it seems like. All right. I always try to give the most positive readings. I try to look at the cards in that way. We can have some good things that happen in relationships, but it does take effort. But the person that you're dealing with, there's some things that don't seem to be right here. When we have healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents and love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. You may be loving another person or putting them on a pedestal a bit too much, and they may disappoint you, and you give them the opportunity to do so because they say that they're going to work, or they're trying to make these changes, and maybe they might be doing these things, but is it to work to make the connection work together, or are they saving so that both of you can depart in some way, and you may be being optimistic about things working out when that could backfire? That's what it seems like in some way. I don't want to just crash all your dreams. Maybe you really feel like someone is that you want to be with, they're trying to connect with you, but to me, this is a thing to see if someone is going to make the changes and the sacrifices that they need to make in order for this connection to work. Again, they do seem to be working, and it might even be school, both of you going to school with the Hierophant showing up, doing your own thing, throwing parties or different events, and there might be both of you are just not arguments with how to do certain things, or just clashing in that way. But that's the kind of combination in the events that I see as the month unfolds. So towards the end of the month, there's the sun in Pisces, so your 9th house will be activated. So maybe a lot of spiritual pursuits, reading on things, just taking time to reflect as well. But again, it's more of still having a good time, though. I feel the 9th house is always a good house because it's the original house of Sagittarius, so we might be a bit more optimistic, being able to ask certain questions, to dive into more spiritual things, and to kind of get a different perspective about why these things might be happening with you and your love interest or partner. When I see the healing family issues and love yourself first, this is indicating that you might try and burn yourself out by trying so much to make something work for you and another person, but it's not really working out for you in the same way. So I feel, try to be happy, try to enjoy yourself, allow the other person to disconnect as they might want to. But to me, I did a different spread as well on the side, and I looked into the potential of a connection between you and someone that you're dealing with. And I feel that you have to be cautious by still dealing with someone who you dealt with for some time. If this is a marriage or something that you've been trying to work towards and it's not happening, be careful. That person being around you with the Queen of Cups in reverse and not communicating, or that's what's lacking here. You have the Ace of Swords, which is because there's a lack of communication. You say, and I'm done, I can't continue to do this, I need to move away from the connection. There's someone that's not working things out. All right. Even if we're around somebody and we may visit them, or we may see them, it doesn't necessarily mean you're in a relationship with that person, or things are you're moving in, or you're getting married. It doesn't automatically mean that. So to me, take things in stride and see if changes might be made, but be aware of being fooled or being too optimistic or naive when it comes to somebody's intentions. All right, so that's going to be a reading. I hope the messages helped out. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. So have a go.